with the cuddle position. That's the one where you just rest his head on your shoulder. Okay. And you just move backwards through the water. And if you need to, if he's not feeling, now he's not keeping his head on your shoulder, which is fine, you can gently, you know, suggest that he puts his head on your shoulder, but definitely don't force it. Okay. All right. And then you don't, good, that's good. Okay. And then also when you're in this position too, if he's not feeling it, you can give him a little bit more support where you place one hand over his chest. Yeah, and you can have the other hand under his back. And we'll give that a try and see how that goes.
Once babies can sit up, they don't want to be on their backs anymore. So this makes teaching your baby to back float a little bit more challenging. But we can use distractions like songs and toys and something to look at just to take their minds off of the fact that they are on their backs.
How I wonder what you are. So another way that we can do our back floating is on a mat. So we'll have him go ahead and put him on his back right here.
This way or?
That's fine. Yeah.
Hi, baby boy.
And then we just push the mat down to get his ears under the water so he feels the buoyancy of the water. Nice. There we go. Good. And then another thing that you can do when you're doing this one, here I'm going to give you the watering can, and what you're going to do is just kind of pour the water on his body. Of course, don't get it on his face. You can go down a little bit lower so it doesn't splash his face. Get down like kind of low. Yeah, and just all down his body. It's great. The stimulation is really good for him, feeling the water on his body.
Yeah.
Good. And you can do like this here, but just don't get it, you know, on his face.
The stimulation that the water provides from the watering can is great for baby's growth and development. Anything that stimulates your baby's sense of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell promotes brain development. And that is why active babies turn into smart kids.
Tummy, and then on his back. Yeah.
You got it.
So then he's on his back, but it's just, you know, not for long, just a couple of seconds. So also when they're moving through the water, they like it a little bit better being on their back if they're also moving. All right, so I'm going to give them to you and have you do that. Yes, on the tummy and the back.
Are you trying to get his ears under the water?
Yeah, that would be great if you could get his ears under the water. That's an extra bonus. Here's another way that we can practice back floating. Hold him high under the arms. Like this, and you're gonna do, you'll just count 1, 2, and then you're gonna turn them over, 1, 2, and then turn them again, 1, 2, and turn them over, 1, 2, and then going back, you can get them kind of in a little, you know, zigzag this way and that way, moving them through the water. Of course, like as I said before, when they're moving, they don't notice, you know, they're okay, they'll put up with it.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hi.
And now you can take him back, just kind of zigzag this way and that way. Good, yay! Cradle him like you would normally do on land.
Okay.
And yeah, hopefully, you know, get his ears under the water. So lower him down and hopefully get his ears under the water.
You're okay, Munchkin.
Good. And of course, in this position, you can also sing songs and get him to relax in this position.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Now, if he's not happy in this position, you can always, you know, again, just reach for a toy and have him hold on to the toy. Let's see how he does. I mean, he did great without the toy.
Yeah. We're going to get the toy.
Yeah. Let's get his ears under the water again.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
Cradle him first. So we're like this, and he's got his toy. He's all happy. So now I'm just gonna put my hands under his shoulder blades and hopefully get him to look at me.
Okay.
Yeah, hi! You did it! Look at you! Cradling with the ears under the water.
Yeah.
Good. Feeling the buoyancy of the water when his ears are under there. Oh, there you go.
What?
There you go. There's your toy. And you look at your mommy. Oh, yeah. Very good. And you can sing to him again like this. That might.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
But we never ever want to force him to back float. And the moment that you see that he really wants to get out of it, go ahead and take him out of it. And if you do it for not too long, he'll put up with it and he'll be okay with it. You add the toys, you add the songs, and he'll be okay with it. Have him float on his back in really shallow water. So you just lay him down. Let's pretend that this is the bath. So you just, put him up here on his back. And just enough so, about that shallow, so his ears go under the water. So you can always do that during bath time. And then another thing you can do if it's not as shallow as that, you can have him float on your lap. Lay him on your lap here and, hey, Jackson, hi. Hi.
There's that star.
Yeah, and see his ears are under the water right now. That's great. He's comfortable. He's happy. He's got his toy. He's hanging out.
Additional information and to summarize. Number 1, babies who can sit independently, somewhere around 4 to 7 months, don't like being on their backs anymore. So teaching the back float becomes a challenge. Whatever you do, don't force it. Number 2, use songs and toys to distract your baby from the fact that they're floating on their back. Number 3, make sure to get those ears under the water so that they can feel the buoyancy. Number 4, when you support your baby under the shoulders, don't hold his head. Just let it rest in your hands and be sure to make eye contact. Number 5, when your baby shows signs that he's had enough, sit him up immediately. Number 6, if you touch your baby's head, do it gently, never force. And finally, number 7, don't forget to practice back floating in the bathtub.